Hello everyone. In this recording, we try to solve exercise 2. Here is the description. Write a program that asks the user to enter two numbers, stores them in variables a and b, computes their sum and their product, and then apply the following rules. If both the sum and the product are greater than 100, display a message that both sum and product are greater than 100. If either of the sum or the product is less than 100, display a message, the message that wrong numbers. So, which means that actually we are looking for numbers that their summation and also their product is greater than or equal to 100. So let's go to Colab, and what we need to do first, ask user to enter two numbers. So we know from the previous recording that you are going to use the input function, and we store it as the example says in two different variables a and b. So here we have those two numbers. So we have used the input function, and we have this message for the user, which is completely optional. So we ask for a number, and then because we know that the output of the input function is a string, so we need to convert it to an integer so we can apply different operations on this. As we know, we need to add them together and also multiply them by each other. So we have those two numbers stored in a and b. So let me run this block of code. So we have this box, please enter a number. So let's say we have 12, and the second number, let's say we have 13, and therefore we know that those two are stored in a and b. So let me print a and b, print a and b, and we can see that a is 12 as we expected, and b is 13 based on our input and based on our code. So okay, let me get rid of this one. Oh yeah, and here we go. So we have those two numbers. So what should we do next is to have the summation and also their multiplication. So we can store them in different variables, or we can directly use them in our if statement, because eventually we need to compare that summation and multiplication with 100. Let me start with first storing them, and then we are going to make it a little more efficient. So let's sum be equal to a plus b, and we can say, let's say the product is going to be a multiplied by b. So we have those two variables, and then we have our if statement that we need to compare that summation and multiplication with 100. And if both of them are greater than 100, we display this message. So going back to Colab, we need an if statement. So if sum is greater than or equal to 100, and also the product is greater than or equal to 100, then what we need to do is to print that message for the user. What is the message? Both sum are greater than 100. So both sum and product are greater than 100. So again, if a statement, so if this one is true and this one is true, which means both of them at the same time, then this is going to be the result. If either of them is false, which means the summation is greater than 100, but the product is less than 100, or vice versa, or both of them are less than or equal to less than 100, then we should go to the else statement. So the else, which means if either of them is false or both of them, then what we do is we print the second message, which is either wrong numbers. So we have wrong numbers. Okay, so this is the code, and so let's run it. So for the first number, again, I'm going to have 12, and for the second number, I'm going to have okay, before running this, to make sure, I'm going to also print sum, and also I'm going to print product to see what we have here. Let me run it again. And okay, so for the first number we have 12, and for the second number we have 13, and it said that wrong numbers summation is less than or equal to 100, but the product is greater than, but because both are not true at the same time, so we go to the else statement, and therefore their code prints wrong numbers. So let me run it again with let's say the first number is 200, the second number is let's say minus 90. So we know that the summation is true this time, but the product is not, and let me run it. Again, the summation is greater than 100, the product is not, so wrong numbers. And the last time, let's have again 13 for the first number and 100 for the second number. Now we know that both the summation and the product are greater than or equal to 100, so we have this one, both sum and product are greater than 100. So this is the code, the Python code for exercise 2.